now moved closer to midnight than ever before. The clock is meant to rate how close humanity is from ending. It is now sitting at 85 seconds to midnight. The bulletin of the atomic scientists saying reasons for moving the clock forward include
did y'all see that?
Closer to midnight than ever before.
The doomsday clock.
The clock is now.
Listen to what they saying.
The clock is now moved closer to midnight than ever before. The clock is meant to rate how close humanity is from ending. It is now sitting at 85 seconds to midnight.
It's about to be over for humanity.
Bulletin of the atomic scientists saying reasons for moving the clock forward include risks of nuclear war, climate change, potential use of biotechnology, and the rising use of artificial intelligence. The doomsday clock was created in 1947.
What? 1947. Now check this out, y'all. Check this out. This right here, this is how they put shit right in your face. Now, you know we got the Super Bowl coming up. Now look at the emergency broadcast system. Now don't forget Purge. When they, Purge, when they announced, I think it was Purge 1. And they had that broadcast, emergency broadcast system going on. Now watch what man say. Look, peep the colors. Peep the colors.
Above, as you can see, the Super Bowl image for 2026. If you look at the colors, you will see it's the same exact colors as the emergency broadcast system. You see the silver all the way to the left. You see the silver Lombardi trophy that says Super Bowl. You have your yellow, then your light blue, which is the sky. You can see the green. Just look at it. And then the fuchsia, almost violet pinkish color. You can see it in the trees. The red on the bridge here, and then the dark blue right above the bridge under the light blue, under those white clouds right there. Now, we all know that it's always symbolism inside of these type of images.
Always.
Now, why would the Super Bowl logo this year
be looking
have
like
the
that?
Same colors
as
the emergency broadcast system? Not to mention ICE.
I'll tell you why. Because because it's up to something. That's why. And you know they're gonna be doing some propaganda on halftime. They always got to do some propaganda, some type of ritual. It's probably gonna be Beyonce or somebody. Somebody of great stature. I guarantee you is going to perform on halftime. It's always like that. They gotta have somebody. They're gonna be doing all types of rituals and all types of subliminal messages right in front of your eyes. But of course, the masses, they're just gonna be stuck like that. We're looking at it, not even knowing. Not saying OG knows what's going on, but this is just how the masses be looking when they caught up in the spell. They don't even have no clue. The real subliminal messages is going right above your head. You're not even getting what's actually being done. You're not even understanding what's being done. They always telling you what they're doing. You just ain't wake up to it.
Is going to be patrolling at the Super Bowl. So, what is it that they know is coming that we don't know is coming? Not to mention, for those of you that follow me, you know we've been following all of the earthquakes from Levi. And it just so happens that this year's Super Bowl is at Levi Stadium. Now, ain't that a coincidence? Now, you're talking about Levi the Leviathan if y'all not tracking. You're gonna have
shout out to my little nephew Levi, since everybody talking about Levi.
To ask yourself this question: if something happens this Sunday at the Super Bowl, and especially if the emergency broadcast system just happens to go off, and that question is going to be, does time travel really exist? And did they already know that this was coming?
Who goes for it on fourth down? Is he in? Is it a touchdown?
So, like I said, hold on. Let me.
Bet, nah, I'm not going. Ain't gonna lie.
team. We're gonna lose
Doomsday
that
clock
war.
gets moved up 85 seconds to midnight. Now, the Doomsday clock is an economic, geopolitical, ecological indicator that maps out the fall of the Western world and the Roman occupational government. Now, if you ever notice, every time they have a public service announcement talking about the Doomsday clock, TikTok is always fucking up because TikTok is not necessarily an app. It's actually a timekeeper that's acclimated to the Doomsday clock for what is to come in the future. Now, there are two publications that you got to read that's synonymous to the timeline that we're basically on. You got to read The Fall of America by Elijah Muhammad and The Theology of Time by Elijah Muhammad. Both of those books is synonymous to the timeline that we're basically on right now. Now, the main reason why they moved it up 85 seconds to midnight is because maritime law is gaining jurisdiction through the Uniform Commercial Codes to where everyone becomes merchants of men. So the digital handcuffs are basically coming. So you have a choice. And we're also on the verge of asymmetrical biochemical warfare, and we're also on the verge of a civil war when you're talking about ICE.
The Bulletin Science and Security Board that humanity has not made sufficient progress on the existential risks that endanger us all. We thus move the clock forward. The Doomsday Clock is a tool for communicating how close we are to destroying our world with technologies of our own making. The risks we face from nuclear weapons, climate change, and disruptive technologies are all growing. Every second counts, and we are running out of time. It is a hard truth, but this is our reality. It is
All right, y'all. So the lady said that we're running out of time. Doomsday clock, 85 seconds till midnight. All you Christian folk, you better go ahead and call them up. Tell them what you want. Get your cell phones out. Call your Savior Jesus. Tell him if he's coming, you better hurry him come and get your ass because the clock is ticking. They about to move in on your ass.
now 85 seconds to midnight.
Hello, yes. What's going on with the TikTok search histories? The government knows you have spiritual gifts. You should really stop looking at that mirror. I'm not trying to scare you, but there's a camera. Do you really think you can escape? NASA warns people to evacuate news. Am I gonna find out why they call you Peggy? And what are you doing? Go to your father's house? I refreshed it. This is what we got this time. Not everything is about your insecurities. You're restricted from communication features. Government knows you have spiritual gifts. Again, your mobile device is still in the vehicle. NASA warns people to evacuate news. Again, leave America now. I gave you too many chances
Leave
to
America
understand.
now.
Americans, are you okay? No, we're not, by the way. Beware of the man who speaks in hand. What is happening, dude?
Leave America.
Yeah, here we go. So I'm just
He
going
said,
to
leave America now. Everybody telling us to leave Babylon.
put this on play, all right? We're going to watch 4366 develop over time. It's already becoming a pretty significant sunspot group. I'd say right around this zone is where the sunspot we just had that gave us a near Carrington level impact was. We'll look at that one too. That was just back on, again, January 18th. So we'll just go back a little bit after this and check out that sunspot to see what that gave us. Look at that growth, though. Look at that development. This is not normal. And there's so many different signs too that are pointing to this. But look at how this changes. Like just the movement of these sunspot cores is so crazy. Like that right there. I mean, it's just so like insane. That's a reverse flux that is canceling out the positive flux, let's say, like the positive magnetic field, and then this one's coming in with the, let's say, negative magnetic field. They're just going to equalize. Mm-hmm. And so the overall field strength would be greatly reduced as a result. And so that's what we see with the South Atlantic anomaly. And as a result of that magnetic field being so much weaker, the strongest magnetic field strength on the planet is Antarctica with the South Magnetic Pole.
Just about to head out the door when I noticed this really strange feeling. The energy is weird today. I checked the charts and sure enough, the electromagnetic field of the planet is being heavily impacted today. I've never actually seen these signatures appear before.
What do you really think she's talking about when she says this? Pay attention to the comments.
I know we have still not shattered that highest and hardest glass ceiling, but someday someone will, and hopefully sooner than we might think right now.
You see that?
That highest and hardest glass ceiling, but
Well, yeah, you remember on King Kong? I gotta watch that, John. I only seen the preview of it, but when King Kong got mad and threw the stick, he threw the branch through through the firmament, and it busts through the glass. That's what she's talking about. Shattered that highest and hardest glass ceiling. They trying to get the fuck out of here, but they ain't going nowhere.
I know we have still not shattered that highest and hardest glass ceiling, but someday someone will, and hopefully sooner than we might think right now.
And everybody clapping like as if they even understand what she's talking about. They don't even understand what she's talking about. They just clapping because they bots.
Able to shatter that highest, hardest glass ceiling this time, thanks to you. It's got about 18 million cracks in it. And the light is shining through like never before, filling us all with the hope and the sure knowledge that the path will be a little easier next time. And I can't believe we just put the biggest crack in that glass ceiling yet. Thanks to you and to everyone who's fought so hard to make this possible. This is really your victory. This is really your night. And if there are any little girls out there who stayed up late to watch, let me just say, I may become the first woman president.
It is right in front of your face. Please wake up. This is not being taken out of context. She is talking about the firmament and breaking the firmament.
Yep.
You think that these people in positions of power are good and they're doing great things and that they're your savior. No. They're doing horrible, evil things. They're trying to break the firmament. She has said it so many times. You're going to say that she's taking it out of context, not taking it out of context. You need to understand what they're really talking about. Elon Musk trying to break the firmament with his rockets. It'll literally have water in the sky. He was trying to break it, putting these cracks in it. Do you know what would happen if they actually break this firmament? I don't think you even want to know. And when she says, thanks to you, this wouldn't be possible without you, thanks to you, yeah, she's not kidding. Thanks to you for defending their lie and applauding them and going to these big ceremonies and applauding their satanic evil work. Thanks to you. These people are evil. She starts talking about little girls. I wouldn't let my little girl, if I had one, anywhere near this woman. She is evil. You don't have any idea what they do, and I'm not going to say it on this video.
Right.
The things that they do are unfathomable, and they're not believable because you don't believe it because it's that evil. And trying to break it, putting these cracks in it. Do you know what would happen if they actually break this firmament? I don't think you even want to know. And when she says, thanks to you, this wouldn't be possible without you, thanks to you, yeah, she's not kidding. Thanks to you for defending their lie and applauding them and going to these big ceremonies and applauding their satanic evil work. Thanks to you. These people are evil. She starts talking about little girls. I wouldn't let my little girl, if I had one, anywhere near this woman. She is evil. You don't have any idea what they do, and I'm not going to say it on this video. The things that they do are unfathomable, and they're not believable because you don't believe it because it's that evil. And these are the people that are breaking the firmament. People in positions of power have literally said, we tell you what we're doing and you still don't believe it, and that's your problem. That's so true. You don't believe what they're doing when they literally tell you what they're doing, and that's your problem. And it's actually our problem too, because how are we going to ever stop this if you're going to continue to defend it? I said it once and I'll say it again. These people are anti-God. They are evil, evil, evil people. They're making fun of you for believing their lie. They know the truth. They know what the earth is. They know the firmament. They are making fun of you for believing everything that they tell you. And then when they tell you that they're doing something evil, you don't believe it. You think it's some kind of joke. Wake up.
But just think about it too, man. Like, the people they worship is a lot different than what some of y'all out here in the world worship. They trying to crack the firmament because they're trying to get back to heaven. Nigga, y'all ain't come from heaven in the first place. I know where y'all come from. Not gonna say it on the internet, but telling y'all the planet is heating up, but they need to get out of here because their technology and everything that they use, they're not gonna be able to hide anymore, and it's gonna be up because y'all already know. Look, we do a lot of stuff on this planet. But us that are us, as soon as we see something different, y'all know we fight over colors, talk about colors of clothes, colors of skin. If another human if the veil drop and we see them, y'all know how we are. We ghetto down here. The world gonna crash out on them. They ain't gonna stand no damn chance. Y'all probably gonna eat their ass too. And they probably afraid of that too because they been eating babies.
The economy remains remains strong. We are addressing these
The
challenges.
tower continues to sway. Reports of instability are coming in from all sectors.
This just in, experts warn of potential collapse echo the chaos and are intensifying across the structure.
The CIA has been tracking the psychic abilities of not only American citizens, but also around the world. Let me show you. In this declassified document that was released in 2001 labeled Human Paranormal Capabilities, it was actually tracking different experiments that were happening in China and Japan. Pause to read, but in this publication named Research in Human Paranormal Capabilities, these are all of the different types of experiments that happen. Some are with children, right over here, or just different psychic abilities altogether. But I want to focus on the psychic student in Japan, page 90. See, this experiment was done by the actual editorial department of the publication themselves. A few of the editors had seen the student bend a spoon with his mind. They told their colleagues, though open to the paranormal, to psychic abilities, thought they were lying. She states the reason society does not recognize the existence of psychic abilities is because there are too few opportunities to actually observe it. So that's why they invited the student then to come to the department itself so that all of their colleagues could see it. See, the experiment did not start off well. First off, the department itself was nervous. They didn't know what to expect. Some people were believers, some people weren't. Majority were not. And also the student was 30 minutes late. All of that impacts how an experiment goes when it comes to psychic abilities. The student himself even said, I'm super nervous. Now I'm scared that if I don't repeat this experiment and it happens again, I'm going to be so embarrassed. So instead of it happening immediately, like the last experiment, it took a long time to the point that people actually left the room because they thought it was a hoax. So one of the editors decided, you know what? I feel like our nervousness and our skepticism is actually impacting the student. So a few of them decided to leave the room so that so many people weren't staring at him and ridiculing him real time. And it worked because within 5 minutes of them leaving the room, he was able to bend the spoon. And there were a few people there that saw it and the room went silent. And after he bent the spoon, the staff member started asking, can I touch it? And when they reached it, they felt electricity. It was coming out of him, not from necessarily the spoon itself, but from him putting his abilities through the spoon to bend it. They said it felt like a buzzing. And they realized when he had done the test previously, he was able to radiate EM waves coming right out of his head. Pause to read this entire page as well. It has a lot of good information. They even said...
See, I'm pretty sure I can beam, you know what I'm saying? If I knew how to do it right, I got a lot of EMF frequencies coming out of my head.
When they tested him previously,
Wi-Fi
it was like he
signals.
was a human antenna. There was EM waves coming out of his head, and it was able to be registered on an instrument, a device. They even
Target individuals are walking antennas. I told you that before.
upped it and had him bend a wrench that was thicker than the spoon, and it bent the same way, and they felt the buzzing. They also were able to feel that electricity. My favorite paragraph of this entire study is this: people who have not seen it with their own eyes will not believe. This is probably the main reason why psychic ability is categorized as the occult. However, perhaps this is the only way, because if it were believable without seeing it, then it would not be paranormal. I will be posting a part 2 of this declassified document because it even talks about another study where people mentally broke metal pins and then put them back together with their minds without touching it. This is so interesting.
So Jeffrey Epstein was...
So I'm going to stop it right now, because this video right here, you got an hour. You know, man, I ain't got that much data. This is a new phone, man. They still be telling me, oh, man, you're running out of storage. I'm trying to tell you, man, I don't know what the hell they doing with these new phones. These phones is crazy. But anyway, I don't want to talk bad about the phone, though. I mean, but holla back, y'all. Let me know if you want to hear some more. Shout out to OG. Shout out to everybody that's dropping the knowledge. DB Gang Song Simulation. Subscribe. Go subscribe to Truth in Plain Sight. Go subscribe to my Rumble channel. We out. Hit the cash app.